Oh, hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday the 6th of June 2022. If you heard that little squeak, that was my cat. And if you're wondering what a Sudokan is, well, it's you now. Sudokan is a term I coined just to represent anybody that's interested in Sudoku, loves to play the game, or just is going to have a bash at a game for the first time ever. So guess what? It's you. Right, now Monday is always a very easy day in The Guardian, and so it's a great day for beginners to have a bash at their first ever Sudoku, and if that's you, okay, welcome aboard. Right, now how do we play this game? Well, okay, you can see a grid of 9 squares across and 9 squares down. In this top row across here, you'll see there aren't any numbers, and you'll see in the second row down, you'll see there are already 3 numbers, 6, 9, and 8. You'll notice that there are 9 squares in each of the rows, and that gives us the opportunity to place digits 1 to 9 in each square, 1 number per square, of course. And guess what? We do the same thing for the columns down. This column already has 1 digit in it, which is number 1. So we are looking for all of the rest, 2 to 9, to fit in these empty squares here. There's one more thing to remember, and that's these blocks here. This block here already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, 5, 8, 3, 4, and 9. So we're just looking for number 1, digit 2, digit 6, and digit 7 to complete this block here, because of course, yes, numbers 1 to 9 also fit there. You guessed it. You're ahead of the curve. Right, okay, so that's it. That's all you really need to know. Now you need to understand or think about how we find these numbers. And we just use logic. Please don't guess. Just apply logic, and it will all appear as if by magic. So let's apply some logic then. Okay, so let's take this block down here, the one I looked at, and I noticed that 6 is missing from this block. So we look at the intersecting squares around, the 6s that appear on the grid, and if you're using a computer you can highlight it. If not, just look around the grid. If you're doing pen and paper, just look around. Now you'll find that the 6 blocks across here like this, what I mean is we already have a 6 in this row, so no other 6 can appear again, right? One number can appear once only. We have a 6 in this bottom row, so that blocks across there because it obviates any other 6s from here. So now there's only 1 empty square left. So could it be anything else? The answer is no. In fact, an emphatic no. This has to be a 6. Can't be anything else. So we can put that in. Now we can use that number that we just put in to say it blocks up here and the 6 blocks down here. And so the 6 will have to fit there. Now we can carry on with our 6s because we see 6 blocking up here. I'm whistling, excuse me, a whistling 6. Blocking up, blocking down, blocking across here. We know that the 6 must go there. Let's continue on with this because it's a nice easy way of going forward. 6 is blocking across here now. The 6 appears here, 6 blocking up here, and 6 across here. And boom, that's it. There aren't any more 6s to find because, you know, each block has numbers 1 to 9. So once you've got 9 6s, then you have all of them. So we do have 9. We have 1 in every block already. And so we can now rest easy with regard to digit 6. Let's try another number. We'll come back to this block down in the corner that we were looking at before because I see something else. I see this 7 blocking down this column, and therefore 7 has to go there, doesn't it? Okay. Are there any other easy 7s we can get? I don't think there are, so we'll just stop there for the moment. But we'll re-examine this block and see what's missing. So when we look through and see what we need for these 2 squares, what we find we are lacking is a 1 and a 2. That's what we need to complete this block. Now, if we look across here, we see a 1, and if we extend it across this row, we realize that this can't be a 1, and so we know that the 1 goes here, and now we only need a 2 to complete this block, like so. Now, that 2 is useful because it allows us to follow these 2s across the rows and this 2 that we just filled in up this column. So in this block here now, 2 must fit there. Now here's a a nice Sudoku trick that you can use, one that will help you a lot. There are 3 digits missing from this column, right? So we look and see what we've got. We've got 1. Do we have 2? No. We've got 3, 4. Do we have 5? No. 6. Any 7? No. We've got 8 and 9. So in total, when I say in total, we're not adding numbers up. But what I mean is the missing digits are 2, 5, and 7. Those are the 3 numbers that have to fit into those 3 squares for us to have the entire series of 1 to 9. Now, something useful that you might have spotted is that the 2 and the 7 are in the same row. So let's consider this square here. Can it be 2? No, because we've already got 2. Can it be 7? No. So it's not 2 and not 7. That's only one other possibility. It has to be a 5. It can't be anything else. Actually, we've got a 5 blocking up here and a 5 blocking across here as well. And so now we can place our 5 there. Right, where to go next? So, you have to investigate things. Let's see what's missing in these 2 squares. So we've got 1, we don't have 2 yet. 3, 4, 5, 6, we don't have a 7. So we know that 2 and 7 are in these squares here. Can we tell which is which yet? No, the answer is no, we can't tell which is 2 and which is 7 just yet. So we've looked and we've not found anything, we've not found what we required. But that's okay. So the game involves a lot of looking and occasionally finding and often not coming up trumps because you don't see what's missing. Missing numbers here are 3 and 8. Again, we can't tell which is which. That's okay. Right. So what else can we do? That's nice. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, you should know that I never play these games ahead of time, and so I'm just playing them live, as you see. Okay, so we've got 2 blocking down here and 2 blocking down here. So in fact, we can get this square now because of the 2's blocking down there. In fact, we now know that that is our 2. And now there's only one number left for this row now, and it has to be a 7 that will complete. Now we have everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you're an absolute beginner, you probably need to check and make sure you haven't made any mistakes. That's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea for me too, because I occasionally make mistakes when I shouldn't. As you'll know if you've seen this channel before. Now we have 8 blocking down here. That's an 8 there, then the 8 blocks across here, and the 8 blocks down here. And this is an 8 here. Now the missing numbers here are 2 and 5. I'll give you a moment to look at it and see if you can find where they go. 2 and 5 are what we need for these 2 squares. Okay, well done. Yes, the 2 blocks across here, so this can't be a 2. That must be a 2, and then now there's only 1 space left. 5 goes there. This 5 also blocks down here, so 5 must be in that square. So the missing number for this row now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have a 7 yet, so the 7 goes here. Now there's only 1 number left for this block or this row, whichever way you look at it. It's the same thing. It's 3. Right, where do we go from here? Is the perennial question for a Sudoku player. We have 8 blocking up here and 8 blocking down here. Excuse me. So this will be an 8 in this square here. Now we should inspect the missing digits up here and see what 3 numbers must go into these 3 squares. We still need 3, 5, and 7. Now use a trick that I showed you just a couple of minutes ago. We need 3, 5, and 7 for these 3 empty squares. Have you got it yet? Okay, well done. You've spotted it, haven't you? This square here is blocked by the 7 and the 5. So can it be 7? No. Can it be 5? No. Then it must be 3 because that's the other number that we need to complete that column, right? Oh, Sudoku is so easy once you get the hang of it. And it just takes a bit of practice, really, and it won't take you long, and you'll be able to play these easy games quite well. Don't worry about making mistakes. You will probably make mistakes if you've never played before. If you're playing with pen and paper, I suggest you may have to start again. It's difficult to erase, really. If you make a mistake and you go further into the game, it's very difficult to undo. If you make a mistake and you just catch it immediately, then you can undo it, of course. We have 5s blocking up here, 5 blocking across here. So here is our 5. Our 3 blocks up here now, and so 3 has to appear in that square there. The missing numbers here. Okay, we are sure to be able to get this square here. I know for sure that we can get this. How do I know that? Because we can work out what goes in these 2 squares. Now, even if we don't know which is which, we can work it out because there are only 2 numbers missing for this block. And after we find out what they are, we will know what number appears in here. So the missing numbers here are 4 and 7, right? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So 4 and 7 go here. Now we look across here to see if we can find which is which, and no, we can't. But we do know that 4 and 7 are there. So now all we have to do is work out the other missing number in this column when we know that these are 4 and 7. So in fact, the missing number is 1. We don't have a 1 in this column. So our 1 goes there. If you're wondering what the background noise is, I'm based here in Thailand, and we have vendors going past, sometimes selling stuff, in this case buying old electrical goods. They often come past, they're often featured in my videos. Right. What's next? What's next? What numbers are missing from here? We don't yet have 2, 4, 9. Now we have an intersecting 2 and an intersecting 9, but that's it. We don't have any more than that, so we can't get these just yet, so we have to hold up from that. So we have to look elsewhere, and this is the case with Sudoku. It's often a lot of, you look in one place, don't find it, so you have to look somewhere else. And that's the enjoyable part of the game. Okay. Well, okay. I would go ahead now by showing you the next step, which may be a bit difficult if you're a beginner. I'm just wondering, there might be something easier. I don't really want to show you anything too difficult at this stage because it might turn you off playing the game if you suddenly go, oh, that's a bit tricky. So I've got something else. Okay, right, this something easier. This column here is lacking 2 squares. This two numbers, sorry, we have 2 empty squares. So the missing numbers are 4 and 9, okay? They must fit into these 2 squares for this column to be complete. So let's look at this square. Can it be 4? Maybe. Can it be 9? No, because we've already got 9 in this block, so everything else in this block can't be 9. So if that's not 9, that must be 9, and then the 4 will be placed there like so. And now we can make it much easier. Let's say 4 blocking up here, up here. Use the 4 we just put in. We can place the 4 there. Then we can take that 4, bring it back across like this, and therefore our 4 will go there. Okay, so I did it in I had a more difficult way of doing it, but unfortunately I won't need to show you that at this stage. Check out the more medium levels and hard level games if you've learned all of the basics. Make a bit of progress. Now, missing numbers in this row are 1 and 9. Now, immediately you can see the 9 very close by. So we know that the 9 goes here and the 1 must be in that square there. And now we can get 1 in this block. I'll give you a chance to look for it. Just go on quickly, find a 1. Okay, well done. We've got 1 blocking up here, 1 across here, and the 1 from down here. So they all intersect, leaving us 1 empty square, which is where the 1 goes there. Now, actually, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. The only block that's lacking a digit 1 is this one in the middle. Now, if you're new to the game and you find you've got 8 of a particular digit, you can always get the 9th iteration of it. And so we can get digit 1 in this block. We always have enough information if we have 8 other digits. Let's just see, 1 blocking down here, 1 across here, that's all we need. Sometimes you need more than that, in this case, no. So both digit 1 and digit 6 are complete. We don't need them anymore. So let's go on. In this column here, this square and this square, to complete the column, we need 3 and 8. We've got an 8 here already, so this can't be 8. 8 must be here, and 3 must be here. By the way, if you are brand new to Sudoku, I have to tell you that you do need to play the game yourself. You can't just watch the videos. You need to try it out, practice yourself. That's the real fun of the game. Much more fun than watching these videos, of course. Right now, in this column here, the missing numbers are 3 and 4. Now we've got a 3 blocking this square here, and we've got a 4 blocking this square here. So there's 2 ways you could find the same thing. Whichever way you look at it, the 4 can't go here, so the 4 is there, and the 3 couldn't have gone in that square. It would have to have gone here anyway. Right, now 3 blocks across this row, so this square here can't be 3, means 3 must go there. Now we've got 8 3s already. It's just this central block here where the 3 has to go. You see a 3 across here, it goes there. And 3s are now complete. And we only have 1 empty square in this block too, so a 9 will finish it. And we've got 9s in every block except for this top left block here, so go ahead and find the 9 for me. Okay, got it. 9 across here, 9 up here. That's our 9 now. 1, 3, 6, 9. Okay. Now there's only 1 empty square in this column here, so we just look through and find out what is missing, and when we look through we find we don't have an 8, so that's what we place there. There's only 1 block with 8s missing, which is this middle block again. 8 blocks across here, 8 goes there, 8 is now complete. There's 1 number missing here, which is a 7. By the way, don't worry if it looks like I'm finding the numbers pretty quickly. 7 blocks across here. It just comes from practice, just having played the game quite a bit. 4 is the last number here. You'll find the more you play, the quicker you'll be able to find the numbers. It's just between 1 and 9. You don't have to think of very large numbers or anything like that. 1 number missing in this column, and that's 2, so we'll place that in. Then 2 blocks across here, and the final 2 goes up there. Now we have 1 digit missing here, which is a 7. The game gets faster towards the end, of course. 7 blocks across here, because you have fewer alternatives. 7 goes here, and then 5 goes here. But although that's not always true, the last number here is 5 for this row, this column, and this block. 5 finishes the game. It's not always true that it gets very easy towards the end. Some of the really, really tough games get actually more difficult at the end. In the last, say, 25%, 30% of the puzzle, they get more difficult, not less difficult. And that's when the game is really enjoyable, when you rise to that level. That's it. Please check out other easy level games. Every Monday is an beginner's level Sudoku puzzle from The Guardian, and I have a list of other easy games. Tuesday also is generally very easy. Come back tomorrow for The Guardian if you're a beginner, because I'm sure you'll be able to play it tomorrow. Even though it's called a medium level, it is in fact usually an easy level. That's it. Bye bye.